End intermission. 3, 2. A plate disappears around clockwise. A self-devouring Ouroboros snake in the center of the wheel of samsara. Bloop, bloop. 1. Action. Pickup scene. Scarlett O'Hara to Red Butler in Gone with the Wind, 1939. Oh, Red, you couldn't, wouldn't you? Brash Butler, movie star Clark Gable. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. They say he was the father of Marilyn Monroe, Norman Mailer. I concur. I opinionate. 'Tis but metaphoric conjecture. Daddy don't give a damn when he run down red carpet steps in moonlight through majestic window, night in the mansion on the family's Georgia plantation. Norma Jean never had a dad, except her cinema man Joe DiMaggio. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Paul Simon and Arthur Garfunkel sing in 1965, as in the 1967 comedy The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman, having broken down the church gate to rescue Catherine Ross from the infernal bridegroom, escapes in the back of a bus with her, left with not a word to say. The actor is autistic savant, brother to Tom Cruise and Shaman in The Rain Man. What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? The psych doc to the insane cult cinema follower. She, Shoeless Joe, has left and gone away. Kevin Costner, Joe? Rushing through the labyrinth, rows over rows and crop circles of all sort of concentricities. Shows his face to be picked up by one of the scanner monitors down the end one of Labyrinth's halls. He is searching in a field of dreams for his hero. Following a voice, mystery whispers, "If you build it, they will come." Cherub, psst, he is schizophrenic. The prophet babbles in tongues. Flame licks the Holy Ghost. He's seated at the left hand of the Father, sword-yielding Guru Rinpoche, Tibetan saint Padmasambhava, upon an 8-tendrilled 10-foot cornstalk, surrounded by his retinue of dakinis and their tantric consorts, the holy bodhisattvas. He will come again in glory to judge not, lest ye be, and his kingdom will have no end. Hello, Bobby. Psychopomp, sweet transvestite, greets Kevin in the bardo, levitating in lotus posture, a fraction of an inch above, a half a centimeter, the yellowish tips of translucent hairs of the husks of the tall corn stalks. Ka Kinsella, Joe, at last I have found you. The American man's lifetime hero, G.I. Joe, Sergeant Slaughter, when encountered in the duat, is insouciant to the interests of the Bardo baby. Kid comes craving to see somebody he can believe in, and what does old Shoeless do? Complains he don't like being dead. The mouthpiece for the protest group to picture show vehemently to interviewers objects. Joe whines, I used to remember the pleasure trains in the 10s, 17, 18, to towns, hotels. The hurrah they sang. Man amputated, wake up nights, scratching something ain't there. Hence I resurrect in your hallucinations. Cinema is samsara, my son. To view it, to undergo trephining. Rule is there ain't to be no self-pity emotions about being dead and having made some pretty bonehead mistakes in life. The keymaster in Prison Bardo, the crypt keeper, explains the newcomer, Bobby Brady. Now here is your cell. The Ka enters the 6 by 8 feet hole in the wall. The keymaster slugs away through the labyrinth, back to his station at the reception desk. Should be about 12,666 by time I reach, I reckon. He calculates the pull ahead. Bobby peers out the threshold after his erstwhile Bardo guide, bids him silent goodbye, and ducks back into his cell to set himself to work at cinema editing. Psychopomp takes the material off his right eyelash, slaps it on a dummy, styrofoam skull from the spine, the neck up to the trephinated pate. The stripper ashes into it, a Virginia Slims menthol. Sign language among the audience. This is the part the right opposed. Good this we came to see. Mute. Shut up. Audience receives Ludovico treatment. Giver of life, Psych Dr. Frankenstein. Please apply the rod to sweet transvestite Igor. She, with pleasure, Herr Doctor. She lowers the honey stick to touch the ovular node on the end to the dura mater of the patient's trephining. Clamps constrict lids from closing. No matter how hard I tried, oh my brothers and only friends, your humble narrator, Alex would later recount in his autobiography, I couldn't shut me glazies. Shut me glazies. Poor Bobby Brady. He became a walking cell job, a robot clone, spouting this good, this bad propaganda repeats. Kid A, I seen this one before, 'tis a repeat. Then why watch it again? The boy had about as much choice as one does lying in bed being kept awake by barking zombies like dogs outside attacking people in Night of the Living Dead. Bawdy sensationalist horror show commences. Sweet transvestite strips. She shows him her breasts who cannot look away. But is it a man or a woman? What am I supposed to be feeling when I'm watching cinema? She slinks like a cat in her leopard leather thong, long muscular legs unshaven, bent at the waist to the floor close enough so Bobby can smell man's asshole. Tom Cruise in his underwear in movie Risky Business. The judge at the cult cinema ritual in Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut in a golden throne, serpent staff, the smoking incense boat. being wafted on a chain by one of the Nixon mask acolytes. Clink, clink, clink is the only sound in the drawing room, where in front of 100 aliens in human body cloaks, Bill Harford is being visited the repercussions of the sin of his transgression. Remove your clothes is the edict. 1999, 1983. 20-year-old Cruz takes off first his Wayfarers, then unbuttons his tuxedo shirt, drops tails, last takes off tighty whities, clicks his heels, closes his eyes, and to anesthetize his head against the trephining, recites his trusty mantra. I like that old-time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes the soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old-time rock and roll. Still like that old time. He goes on repeating in the monotone voice of the retard Rain Man. Boom! The electric organs, the backward Latin midnight mass, played by blindfolded piano man Nick Nightingale, Fidelio. Cruz upon the hair trigger senses of his naked epidermis feels spark the tinges of energy emitting off the ghosts that in the 200 eyes of the masks that look on impassively are viewed to swirl up and around his body in gathering frankincense mists.